Well, but they would have been the first one. It's all about being number one. With some people, they're like, I have to have the first one. I have to do it. If I don't have the first one, then it's not worth getting.
Yeah, it's just getting out of hand.
That's a weird thing, though.
That's what's bothering me, is it's getting out of hand. Like, it's too much now. Back in the day, they had the same thing. This isn't new, but it was very rare still. Like,
very rare.
The Nintendo World Championships back in the 90s, they had 50 of the game, because if you were part of the championship, you got your own copy of the game. That's it.
Yeah.
And then there wasn't like any really special editions. There was like this kind of stuff where there's like a gold version,
and there was a gold version of the Nintendo console too. I guess wasn't there a special like Zelda edition of the Nintendo or something?
I'm
like
not sure.
Didn't they do something like that? I could have swore I saw.
I mean, I have my own version.
Yeah, you did make yours. That is pretty.
But but it's not like this was like special either. They made just as many of these as they did the regular ones.
Yeah.
It was just, it's something cooler if you had the gold
exactly.
one. But it's like nowadays, there's just everything special edition. Like, you got, how many different freaking Nintendo DSs are there?
Oh,
like,
man.
you can't even sit here and compile the list.
Yeah.
So what's so special about it now? Like, okay, you have the Pokemon one. Well, good for you. I have the Zelda one.
Yeah.
Well, good for you. I have the, whatever one.
Yeah, I have the metallic blue one. Well, I have the gold one. Well, I have the metallic red one, and I have the purple one, and I have this.
So what's the special part now?
Yeah.
It used to be like, is yours gold or gray?
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I want the gold one. But now it's like, there's nothing special anymore. And then people, when they collected it, they had one of each. Like, I actually have one of each, where I have the gray one, and I have, just for collecting. There's no freaking way I'm going to be able to collect every Nintendo DS. I'm going to have an entire wall of my house dedicated to displaying all 5,000 different special editions and painting, So, like...
Well, again, it's just a way, it's a very simple way for these marketers to tap into that thing that's in people, that it's like, I have to have the special one. I have to be special. I have to... I can't understand it. I have no idea. I've never been that way.
Kind of like the participation award where everybody's special.
Exactly. Like the physical fitness test in grade school, the presidential fitness exam. Like, you still got a ribbon or a certificate saying you did it. It made no sense. But whatever.
You didn't get the Zelda one. Boy, we're coming out with the special edition Pokemon. Yay!
Yeah, that makes up for it,
But like, what's happening though is these people are buying like 100 of them and then selling them for outrageous amounts of prices. Yeah. Like when these PS4 limited edition came out, I think they were like $2,000, which is still a lot. But you're buying a special edition. Yeah. That's your thing, cool. But $128,000. That is... it's a 64,000% markup. Like what?
My thing is, like, if you have the money to spend on it, which I don't think I ever will, go for it. Good luck, or congratulations and good luck in your life.
At that
spending
point,
that much
though,
money on shit.
Why do you need it? Like that's what I'm getting at. It's like, okay, it's cool to have a special edition. It makes it, but it's getting so out of hand that the only people who can have special editions now are the rich, because all these assholes are buying, a chunk of them and then reselling them. And it's like,
that's not right at all.
And it's happening with like the amiibos. Have you ever heard of these things? Like these little Nintendo figures?
No. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I know, like, I'm not into the new school stuff, and it's really affecting me. But it's these little like Nintendo figures, but like you attach them to your DS, and like you can train them to like play. So if I buy like a Legend of Zelda, like I buy a Link one, I attach it to my DS and I play against it, and it gets better and it levels up, and you can create this like computer opponent and like have it play other people, and it becomes its own like entity. It's kind of
interesting idea. Yeah, a good idea.
But every one of them's limited. They only, like, when they sell it, they only sell a limited edition of them, and you have to actually go to the store and purchase it. And they only allow one per residential address. So when you go in there, you buy it, and you go, okay, this is my name.
So a boy and a girl in the same address cannot each have one.
Cannot have
the same one.
The same one.
Wow.
Or they have to come up with another address. But here's what some assholes are doing. In fact, there's one that actually has his own website, and he does it on purpose. He comes up with 100 different addresses and buys 100 of them, and then his specific thing is he's keeping them all because he doesn't think anyone deserves it.
What?
Right. Complete asshole.
He likes it that much, huh?
It's not hard to find with a Google search.
What's wrong with these people? What's wrong with some of these people?
But he's not even the worst. I think the worst ones are the ones who come up with 100 addresses, buy them for $20, and then go, "Oh, you didn't get to buy it? Guess what? You can have it for $100 now." And it's happening throughout the entire thing. It's like, if you remember when Xbox 360 came out, how many assholes bought like 5 of them, and then you saw them for thousands of dollars on eBay the next day?
I mean, granted, in the past couple weeks, I've heard some shit that would just be like, what? It would like, it numb your mind. But like, dude, that is insane.
It is.
That's insane. It's so aggravating,
and it happens every time. Like, anytime you hear something special edition comes out, literally the next day you will see an article about some asshole
that
ruining
it. Yeah, exactly.
Or even that day, I swear to God, there has been people selling pre-orders of it. So like,
what?
Yeah. So when there's a special edition, let's say like a Nintendo DS comes out with like our faces on it.
Yeah.
All right. Special edition, Nerd Rage podcast. Okay. Well, people buy it ahead of time. And then on eBay, they sell that. They say, "I have one coming."
Oh wow, they're jumping the gun. That's
Start
great.
the bids now.
Okay.
So they're selling something they don't even have. Like, they've put in an order for and have no product, and people are still buying it because they don't have the chance to buy it anymore because these assholes pre-ordered 100 of them.
Yeah.
So, like, if I wanted one, if that asshole didn't exist, I'd have one.
Yeah.
But because that asshole exists, I don't have one.
And now you got to pay.
And now
like
I have to pay the
more.
asshole. And see, it's getting out of hand, and it's to the point where like I don't even care anymore
to get anything like that. Yeah.
Special edition means nothing to me anymore, and I hope like that trend starts where people just don't care anymore because the only way to get it.
Care.
Yeah, there'll always be some, but I think it's going to be less and less because this is just going to get more and more out of hand because it is. Every year it's getting more and more out of hand where more like scalpers or whatever you want to call them, resellers, are buying more than the general public. So if there's 100 being sold, at least 50 are resellers and 50 are actually people who want it.
Yeah.
So then like next year it's going to be 60 of resellers, 40 are actual people. It's eventually going to get to a point where like they're going to come out with something and 100% is going to be resellers and no one's going to get anything unless they pay $1 million.
Yeah, and that would be absurd. I'd have to stop. I'd be out. Whoops. I'd be out completely at that point. This damn thing.
It's big and black, but it's still in the way.
It is. It always is. All right. Well, I want to dive into this because